Good morning. So turns out last week I had to have my gallbladder removed because of gallstones. Now I'm doing fine, but it's been quite the year so far with heart operation in February and now gallbladder removal in May, probably another heart operation in August. But actually I'm feeling fine and I hope you're feeling fine too. But the point of this video is during my drug-addled dreams about 3 o'clock in the morning, top tip here, if a nurse ever comes up to you in the morning when you're in hospital and says, would you like some pain relief? Always say yes. And I can highly recommend liquid morphine. But anyway, my point was I started thinking about the tools we use to create websites and the tools we use to create art and music. And actually the tools we use are a big impact on the output that we create. So the guitars that you use or the pens that you use or the software that you use. And then I started thinking about actually the type of tools we all like, that you like and I like, differ from person to person. So personally, I love really simple tools with not too many options. So a simple pen or a simple guitar with no sort of huge amount of guitar pedals. And also in my software is really simple, clean software that kind of gets out of the way of the creative process. But I know that other people like software with tons and tons and tons of options. And I think that's partly explains some of the diverse opinions we have over Gutenberg. I'm getting back to the point now. And this thought struck me, as I say, at 3 o'clock, which was if plugins or software had personalities, what kind of personality traits would those software have? So I thought that would be a fun exercise to do. It's a bit of nonsense with a semi-serious bit behind it. So I've taken 5 plugins and I've given them personalities and I built out user profiles for them. And I'm going to explain what kind of people I think they would be. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's start now.
1, 2, 3. Rambling thoughts, thinking, rambling thoughts, thinking, running like a devil and they can't be cool.
First, let's meet Graham Gutenberg. Graham is 29 years old and spends his time living a nomadic lifestyle, flitting between America, Europe and Northern Africa. Graham was always the brightest in his class at school and has a ton of ideas that often wake him in the early hours. Graham studied electrical engineering at Cambridge University and then computing at MIT. Graham's parents wish he would settle down, but his mind is always flitting between projects and they worry about his focus. He is single, and the longest relationship he has ever had was 3 months. It ended badly. His house is very messy, and he has quite a few unfinished DIY projects on the go, including a half smashed down wall in the lounge, it turned out it was a supporting wall, a Chinese water feature in his bathroom, and most bizarrely a slide from his upstairs bedroom window that goes out of his bedroom and spirals into a small courtyard garden below. Graham is really eager to please everyone, but sometimes his friends feel alienated because he gets obsessed with his strange projects. Next up, meet Colin, Contact Form 7. Colin is 63 years old and lives in New England. Colin is past his physical best but doesn't care too much these days. When he was younger, Colin was a semi-pro sportsman, but now the only sport he plays is the occasional round of golf. His house is slightly old-fashioned and the decor hasn't been updated for the past 20 years. Colin doesn't follow the news or modern trends and is very comfortable in his own skin. These days he paints and writes poetry, mostly Japanese haikus. Now let's meet Eleana Elementor. Eleana is 45 and is a wealthy corporate lawyer who lives in New York City. She started life as an art graduate and as a youngster was very idealistic about life. She often went on protest demos and marches. She was quite the anarchist. That all changed when her parents divorced when she was 15. Since that moment she became money orientated and decided to ditch her art and painting and pursue a law degree. She threw herself into her work and landed a job in a top law firm in New York. She has expensive tastes and collects art as part of her overall investment portfolio. She is single and lives in the biggest penthouse apartment overlooking Central Park. Her apartment is immaculate, with white plush carpets throughout. Let me introduce you to Yarni Yoast. Yarni is a used car dealer from London. Yarni grew his business from the ground up, and now he has 6 dealerships in the east of England. He won Best Car Salesman of the Year 5 straight years in a row. He has a large family with 7 children, 6 daughters and 1 son. Yarni's business really started flying when he started to offer insurance extras alongside his used cars. He called this the Yarni Promise, and it proved incredibly popular with younger drivers who were concerned about their second-hand cars breaking down. Finally, it's time to meet Cecillia the Classic Editor plugin. Cecillia is 75, drinks too much for her own good, but has a fantastic social life. When Cecillia was in her 20s, she starred in a few Hollywood movies. The movies weren't major hits, but they made enough for her to lead a semi-extravagant lifestyle. She has her own fan club run by Barney Jackson, her long-time agent. The fan club is mostly made up of octogenarian gentlemen, although the membership numbers have been dwindling in the past couple of years, mostly through natural causes, i.e. death. Members of the Cecillia fan club receive a bi-monthly newsletter, updated printed photographs of Cecillia out and about, and an invitation to her annual garden party. Cecillia has been married 4 times and is currently single, with her previous husband dying in slightly suspicious circumstances. Cecillia doesn't think much of modern actresses, and can be often heard extolling the golden age of movies. Was that a bit mad? I guess at least I'm not doing crazy things like talking to the trees.
Good morning, Mr. Oak Tree. How are you today?
Well, I'm very well, thank you, Jamie. How are you?
Well, I'm really tip-top-tastic, thanks, Mr. Oak Tree. Have a lovely day.
You too, Jamie. Bye-bye.
If you made it to the end, then thank you very much. And if you can hit that like button now, it would be amazing, because it really helps spread the word of the channel. And as you probably know by now, every time you do hit that like button, our 2 cats get a little treat. And finally, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to my surgeon, Mr. Simon Higgs, who did such great work for me and made me feel so much better. If you want to see more videos like this, just hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I release a new one. Keep well, and I'll see you soon.